Hey everybody, it's Brianna. Guess what? I got a microphone, so now you can hear me. Anyways, guess what time it is? It's Valentines tomorrow. So I'm doing a Jello video, because nothing says I love you more than jiggly Jello. Am I right? Today we're getting fun and fabulous with Jello. So, because nothing says I love you more than molded cheese. Am I right? Cheese mixed with Jello. Cheese and Jello. We're also going to try this church supper special dessert for church supper. And last but not least, we're doing some jigglers. Woo woo, we're gonna jiggle. I got some really cute cutouts for our Jello jigglers. So join me, make some Jello with me, make some molded cheese, jiggle with me, and we're gonna make some lovely Jello snacks. All right, here we go. Okay, everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. So for this molded cheese recipe, we're gonna need this orange packet of Jello. It says orange or lemon, so I don't like lemon that much, so I got orange. You're also gonna need this cheddar cheese. We need cream cheese, sour cream, some green onions, and parsley. I have dried parsley because I kind of think parsley is a little bit pointless. It's just for decoration. So I just get dried parsley. You're also going to need this horseradish. I bought this special for this cheese mold because horseradish is a little much for me. Too strong. And some Worcestershire. Okay. You're also going to need some kind of mold. So I bought this. It was $1 at the grocery store, so I was like, hey, whatever. I'm going to mold the cheese in this. Okay? So we're going to start with the gelatin. Moving on to my stove. Okay, so this is 3/4 of a cup of water. I'm cutting this whole recipe in half because it calls for 2 packages of Jello, and that's a lot. So it came up to a boil. I'm gonna add this orange Jello. This looks like Tang. If anybody has ever drank Tang. Okay, so I've cut up my green onions. It said to combine all the other ingredients into a bowl and mix it. So we have a 1 1/4 cup of cheese, 1 package of cream cheese is on the recipe, but we're cutting this in half, so we're doing half a package cream cheese. So we're gonna do half a cup of sour cream. And get a spoon. Ew. Don't you hate when you open sour cream and it's got that like watery layer on top and you gotta mix it up? Same with yogurt. Why does it do that? Quarter cup of these green onions. Half of a fourth is an eighth. An eighth of a cup. We're just gonna sprinkle some in. Also, it's dried, so I do less dried than fresh. You know, because it's like concentrated herb, you know. Anyway, 1.5 tablespoons of the horseradish. Long spoon. Oh! I mean, it's not as strong as some of them. Some of the horseradishes I've smelled. It's a little strong. And then we got, it says a tablespoon, but we're doing half a tablespoon. Mix it on medium speed. Okay, that's pretty well made. No, it's not. Scrape down your paddle, people. Scrape down the paddle and mix some more. Let's take this off. It said to gradually mix it into the gelatin. But since this is a bigger bowl, I'm going to mix the gelatin into the cheese. So hopefully that doesn't screw anything up. Here's my Jello water. Just hang on a sec. Okay. Putting the paddle back on. I'm going to put this on low. Mix it in here. It's becoming very orange. This is what we have now. It's not showing up as orange on camera, but it's pretty orange. Pretty orange. Okay. It's all mixed around. I assume I don't have to spray this or anything. So I'm just gonna pour it in this mold. I've never made a Jello mold before. This is the first time, you guys. My first time making a Jello mold. I'll stop talking like that. Okay. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. There's my Jello cheese. Molded cheese. That's what it is. So now we're going to put it in the fridge until firm. About 3 hours, it says. I'm also going to put some press and seal. Press and seal is the best, you guys. If you guys use plastic wrap, that does not compare to the press and seal. All right, so we're moving on to the church supper special dessert for you to bring to all your church functions. You're gonna need some graham crackers. You're gonna need some butter. You're gonna need a little bit of sugar. This is sugar. Sugar. You're gonna need any red Jello, it says. So I just had this laying around, black cherry. So I'm gonna use that. You're gonna need some marshmallows. I didn't get the fun ones this time because Dan told me that fun ones are flavored and I didn't realize. And I guess they were. So I just got regular ones this time. Regular minis. You're also gonna need some milk, some bananas. My bananas are looking a little sad right now, but you know, it's 0 degrees outside today. I'm not going to the store. We're keeping it real on this channel. Keeping it real. And then you're gonna need some Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Okay? So I've already melted my butter. I put it in this little foil thing and put it in the toaster oven so I didn't have to dirty my pot. So that was 2 tablespoons of butter. Need half of a 1/4 cup of sugar, or an 1/8 cup, if you will. And half of 1 1/4 cups of graham crackers. So that's like half a cup plus 1/8 of a cup crushed up. Okay, so I'm just mixing the butter, the sugar, and the graham cracker together. Making a crust. This might not be enough for this pan. We're changing pans, everybody. Changing to the small pan. Get it nice and squished on the bottom. Okay. It says to cool this or chill it for at least 15 minutes. And then we're gonna get the Jello going. Okay, so now what we have to do is dissolve this Jello into 1 cup of boiling water. And then we're gonna add half of 1 1/2 cups, half of 1 1/2, which is gonna be half plus a 1/4 cup of cold water to this, because we're cutting everything in half because this is giant. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'll come right back. Alrighty, here's my black cherry Jello. all ready to go. It says chill until slightly thickened, which it also mentions earlier in the book that takes about 5 to 6 minutes in the fridge. So now we're going to combine marshmallows and milk in the saucepan on low until it's melted. So we got, it says a pound of marshmallows, about 4 cups. So we're doing half of that, which is 2 cups. Okay, here's my 2 cups of marshmallows. I'm gonna put it into my saucepan. Actually, I'm just gonna do this and come right back. Sounds good? Okay, so we got my 2 cups of marshmallows, my half cup of milk. It says to stir it constantly as to not burn your marshmallows. Okay, so it's all melted together. It just kind of looks like really foamy milk. Okay, so it said to let that cool completely before adding the Jello. So I'm gonna let this cool. Oakley dokley. So I've cooled off this marshmallow mixture. It's a little bit thicker now. So it says 1 3/4 cup of Cool Whip. So I'm doing half of that. So to make it easy, I'm just gonna do 3/4 and mix it in to the marshmallows. This is just gonna be like super sweet Cool Whip. I kinda wanna try it. Woo! Yep. Here's our Jello. Here's our crust. Now we're gonna have to cut up a banana. This banana's pretty rough looking. So I used to go to church up until I was about 15 years old. And I've been to many church functions. And let me tell you, people make some creative things when it comes to church functions. They really just come out of their creative box. And they're like, I'm going to make this crazy thing for church. The worst thing I ever had, though, at a church function was on a St. Patrick's Day. They tried to do Irish food. I don't know who they was. I don't know who did it. But it was like some kind of ham. Some kind of ham, okay? They tried to make it green with like food coloring. And it tasted like they had left it out on their counter for a week before they brought it into the church to bake it. It was so disgusting. And I will never forget that. I don't know whose idea that was. How about, instead of trying to be Irish, I don't know. Don't try to make Irish food because we don't know what we're doing. We're Nebraskan. Nebraskans are not anywhere near Irish. So I'm arranging these banana pieces on the bottom. So I got my bananas on top of my crust. It says swirl it into the gelatin. This gelatin is not thickened. Cool! Well, we're going for it. Maybe I should have like thickened this Jello a little more, but it literally told me 5 to 6 minutes. And it's been like 20 minutes. So I don't know what to make of this. I mean, it said I was gonna make a swirled effect. And I guess it is. I don't know. It also said to mix it with the slightly firmed Jello, slightly thickened. That's the word. That's the word. Firmed. And this is not very thickened. I don't know, y'all. This is what I have right now. I'm just gonna pour it in here. So, this is my church supper special dessert. Now I just gotta let it firm for 3 hours. You gotta jiggle it to get all the air bubbles. Right? Okay, everybody. We're moving on to the jiggles. So I got this berry blue I had just sitting around also. I know it should be red, but you know, blue is what I had laying around. So I have these little cutouts, X and O. And this heart. This pair of hearts. This heart with an arrow in it. And this pair of lips. So we're gonna use those for our Jello cutouts. Sound good? Sounds good to me. So, all right. I have my 3/4 cup of boiling water. Package of Jello. Ooh, Jello. Make sure it's completely dissolved before I put it in this pan. I feel like I should get a smaller pan. And I'm not gonna have as many cutouts. I'm gonna stick with this pan. See how this goes. Still dissolving. Okay, pretty well dissolved. Pour this in my pan. This is very shallow. very shallow in the pan. But I want to make sure I can have lots of cutouts, you know. I need lots of space for my cutouts. So I'm gonna let this firm for 4 hours. Okay, bye. Hi everybody. It's been several hours. In fact, it's the next day. So here are my Jello creations. Laying here waiting for me to unmold and try them. I've had this one and this one sitting in some hot water for a minute. I got some hot water in this bowl for my cutouts. So I guess we're gonna start with the cutouts. Put them all in there. So now let me see if I can take them out. SpongeBob spatula, of course. I'm thinking I didn't have enough Jello in this pan. Damn. That didn't work out. That's a bummer. Oh God. This is not working out. Well, okay. If you guys make this, try it with 2 boxes of Jello. I give up on that. Let's move on to this. My molded cheese. It's been sitting in hot water, but I don't think it's just gonna plop out. No. So I'm gonna need to assist this. This is already not looking good. Man. How did they do this all the time in the 60s or whatever? All right. It done plopped out. Here it is. Cheese mold. Molded cheese. Alright. It's kind of shaped like a football, so you could say it's like a Super Bowl thing. I mean, the big game thing. Anyways, we're gonna cut up this church supper special dessert. Get a piece. Here's my piece. That one held together a little bit nicer. Some plopped on the floor. A little bit nicer. The crust is kind of stuck to the bottom. Grab some crackers. We're gonna try this cheese dip. This is what it looks like. It's nice and jiggly. Nice and gelatinous. Okay, here we go. Okay. There's kind of a lot going on. Initially, it was like a cheese flavor, like cheddar cheese. A second after that was the orange Jello flavor. A little bit after that was like the onions. And then finally was like the horseradish kicking in. So it's definitely got layers of flavor. Let me take one more bite. Okay, I'm not sure if I like it. It's definitely interesting. The second bite was better. It was a little more blended together tasting. It's just a lot of, it's just like a strange combination. I would have never thought of. So I'm gonna try this church pie. Here's what this looks like. See the jiggle? There's the jiggle. Okay. We ended up on a high note. This is very good. You can taste the black cherry Jello. It's very sweet from the marshmallow whipped cream fluff. You can barely taste the bananas. And then the crumb is just kind of moist. Maybe I should add a little more, like a couple more graham crackers. But this is pretty good to bring to your church functions. Nobody will make fun of you for years to come. So, let me sit down and do my outro here. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for watching my Jello video. Again, if you guys make those Jello jigglers, the book told me 4 boxes of 4 serving Jellos. So I just figured that was way too much, and I cut it in 4, so I just did 1 box. But I think 2 is the minimum if you want to do that many cutouts. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys have a good Valentine's Day. Lightning says happy Valentine's. And I'll see you next week. I've been posting every Saturday. So hit subscribe if you want to know when I post a video. Okay, bye.